I will upload into the YouTube. So welcome to PowerShell for SQL Server DBA class. I will go through it very fast because no use of explaining this, because you told you need that what kind of thing you are going to
Yeah,
yeah, so that's why I'm going to give you. That is the PowerShell demo. First day means today you are going to understood, not one day. It will take I think 2 or 3 days. If you will see my this one where I have taken the all last batch and last to last batch, you can see like how much time it is taking to complete. You can see that first day one, it is taken the 8 video. So one day I will publish the 2 video. So the video will be half an hour, or 45 minutes like that. So it will goes for the 8 video, means 4 days. It is going to complete your day 1 class, right? So in that, what we
yeah,
are going to cover, we are going to cover about the basic of the PowerShell, why it is used, and some features, some basic knowledge about the PowerShell, and just for understanding purpose, right? After that, actual PowerShell is going to be start from here. Once I will go with the module 1. Module 1 means even first day only we will start module 1, but it is divided into the multiple of part. So it will be goes like that. So there you are going to learn like how your something you will understood about the environment. Means some of the time you know how to run the script, but whenever you are running the script in your environment, it will work. Once you are going to your office, nothing will work. So why it is not working? Whether something is restricted or something like that, that kind of thing you are going to uh, understood, and how to start writing the programming. So from here only, that after 3 day class you are going to learn writing the programming, right? So there is we are going to discuss about the commandlets. We are going to discuss about that something .NET related thing, because you know that PowerShell is installed top of the .NET. So many command uh, it will be matched with your .NET, right? Before when the PowerShell was started, that time commandlets was not came into the market. So people was using that .NET features to writing the code. Even still also many people is writing in such a way. First we will go with that, and then we will understand. Here there is a mini programming is there, which one we are going to cover, like installing the 7zip, installing this SSMS, this kind of thing. Next one is we will go and we will touch the PowerShell model, mini cell, how we can fetch the data. So this is nothing but is same as your how you are, what kind of thing is required for you to get that. You know that PowerShell is used for two purpose. One is performing that operation, and one is getting some report, right? So those kind of
yeah,
things, how we can get as per our convenient all data, that thing we are going to discuss. It will take time. It is not like very simple. It will go and you also have to put more effort how to take the result into, and we will go for the formatting the
yeah,
table and all HTML. Day 3 we will go with the starting the programming, actually means if else whatever loop will be there, that all loop we are going to discuss, if switch break content, this all things with the small example. Next one
yeah.
is how to check with the service pack and all, everything is related with SQL only. Again, that day
Okay.
4 model will be goes with the snap in assemblies, commandlets, SMOs. These things are used for performing your PowerShell programming. Means same programming you
Yeah,
can go with multiple of ways, but you are downloading something from Google, right? Maybe the same
yeah, yeah,
program has been written in the multiple of ways. Maybe what work you are doing in
mm,
your office, maybe the same thing, if you search into Google, it will be write something different only. You will not
yeah,
understood why they have used here something. So those things we are going to discuss everything, because same work in the PowerShell you can do from SMOs, commandlets, assemblies, then DBA tool, then .NET library. There is a multiple of ways is there to performing single operation. So day by day you will understood this. And here is the
okay,
all of the programming is there, which one we are going to cover, like creating the log file first. If you are running the script, so it has to check the server name and all. It's a basic of the. So day 3, whatever I am going to cover, day 3 and day 4 model, it will be common for all programming. Like first day, if I have explained you, once you are writing any script, your script first it has to check the server, right? Means
yeah,
that server is available or not. If the server is not available, it has to generate the log. This server is not available, right? So
yeah,
that should be common for the all script. You want to generate something called log file. You want to generate something called HTML file. You want to send, if somebody will run the script, it has to send that detail to in your team, that email. So sending the email part and all, it will be common for all, right?
Yeah,
Only logic is
correct.
going to be changed. So this thing you have to, I will going to explain in only one time. So later, whatever programming I will going to explain you, you have to go through it and you have to add those things in your programming, right? It is not uh, so down day 5 we are going to how to upgrade the version, installation of DBA tool. These things we are going to discuss, all everything related to this. So you can see the all are the programming is there. Day 6 is the it is the, you can see like set up the PowerShell for sending mail and all. Maybe day 6 if I am teaching, maybe day 3 only I will cover that. So something will happen as per your
Okay.
convenience, like sending mail if any job is failed in the HTML format. So basic programming related to SQL you are going to cover this. Like that day 7 model is there, day 8 is there, day 9, day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. After that I will go with the error handling, and there is something I am adding this time that is called HTML code with the TSQL, and something related with cloud also I am going to cover you in this class. This is the first
Okay.
batch, your batch, where I am just touching the cloud also. If you will see here, I have
Okay.
the all of the folder available. If you will see the day 1 class, you see this much of a script is available now.
Okay.
So this all script you have to do the practice, right? Small
Okay.
script, something you have to write by own. So I'm not going to discuss
Okay.
more, and later I am going to show you the health check, how to build the health check of the report and all. So everything you will able to get that health check using PSQL and health check. Once I will go with the HTML class, so that time, from that time, all report whatever you are building, it will be goes in this kind of format. Like any services is stopping and you want to send these things into the email, like which are the services is step, like that only you are getting in your office, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Correct. So these things we are going to learn in the basics level. But in your office, whatever code is developed, maybe they have used multiple of shortcuts, right? So that shortcut, it will take time for you to learn. Logic will be same only, right? But maybe they
Yeah.
will use in your office alias function, right? So you will not worry about the you will not know the alias things, right? So you have to go to Google, you have to open your script, office script, you have to check like this I have developed, how he has developed this. So that thing you should have to do in such a way. So okay, so I hope
Okay.
you understood like what we are going to cover, and there is a lot of script is there which one we are going to cover. Not only that much, you can see sometime you are getting the disk space report, right? Like this, it is the warning critical. So like that
Yeah.
we are going to cover. If you are going with the health check of the report, uh, mm, health check, it will be take time for you to understood, because not simple things if you are going with the health check
Okay.
of the report. But something I'm going to explain you how you can do the health check using TSQL code, and using the PowerShell also you will able to build that. It means one time only you will run that all detail whatever you want to add into the one file, one HTML file. That thing we are going to cover. I hope there will be no doubt. I don't want to waste the time, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So we are starting the PowerShell from the beginning now. Okay, so maybe it will take for you 1 or 2 days to understood that everything. Maybe one day you will not feel interest, but once after 2 day class or 3 day class, once I will start the programming, then 100% you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, Rajesh. Like, if you can, if it is possible, um, the history, and the introduction. Please try to finish it by today itself. I mean,
Okay,
like, we can start with the commands tomorrow, so
okay,
that
so
we can.
tomorrow I will start the command. So today just it will go, but okay, I will try. But there is something called execution policy. That thing I have to
I
explain you
mean,
tomorrow.
yeah, execution, yeah, execution policy and all. I mean, you can just give me the brief idea.
Yeah,
Uh,
and later you can learn in your office, in your whenever you have the
yeah,
free time. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
so I'm starting the PowerShell. So tell me why the PowerShell is used. What is the PowerShell? Anything?
Yeah, yeah. PowerShell is kind of a scripting tool or language, we can call it. We use this to perform some operations, as you mentioned,
Correct.
or to fetch some reports from the
Yeah,
Windows.
doing some automation of the work, or you can
Yeah, like how
configure
we
anything.
use
Yes.
mouse in the Windows. Like we can use the PowerShell same way to do all the operations.
Okay, super. So PowerShell is nothing but it is the commandlets tool, and or this is a scripting language where you can use this for configuring or doing the any automation of the task, fetching the data. And this PowerShell is built on the .NET framework, right? Some of the time,
Yeah,
if you are having the highest of the top .NET, so you having that latest PowerShell version, right? And here in the PowerShell, maximum thing you can involve, like in the .NET you are creating the connection string, right? Same thing you can do into the PowerShell also. I'm going to explain you in the later classes. So it is based or built on the top of the .NET framework. So maximum thing where library assemblies, which is the part of .NET, you can able to use it here also, right? So PowerShell is nothing but it is a object oriented programming language. So there is a many doubt with the all people whether PowerShell is object oriented programming or not. So yes, it is the object oriented programming, right? So what there is a
yeah,
four concept if it is following, it is like same as your Java, C++. These all are the object oriented programming, right? So who will follow the
correct.
four rule that is called inheritance, right?
Yeah,
Polymorphism,
correct.
abstraction,
Yes.
encapsulation, right? This thing I'm not going with more detail. So this, who is going to follow this kind of this four property, that one you can say it is the object oriented programming. And in PowerShell also it is going to follow this four: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. This is everything it is going to be follow, right? So just I will go with the one example, and later we will see that into the real time how it is matching with this, right? But real time, if you will see, we are not going to create any object here, right? Because already it is inbuilt. Already when the command let's came, power Microsoft already put everything into that, right? You have to know how to use it, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Just I'm going with the little bit theory part, right? So what is the
Okay.
inheritance? Can you tell me? As per definition, if you will see, so inheritance means when we construct a new class from existing class, right? In such a way
Yeah.
that new class having the all access and feature and property of the existing class. The meaning of that means just I will go with the with example. Like if you have this folder, right? If you will right click on that, and if you are going with the property, if you are going with the security, if you are going with the advanced, you can see here it is given the disable inheritance. What is the meaning of this? Means if you are going to give the access here in this folder, automatically the access, same access is going to provide it inside that. Getting?
Okay.
Same thing only it is happening in the PowerShell. Means if you are going to create class, right? New class
Yeah.
inside that any other class, so what feature, what property it's having, it will be contain the same property of that. It is not going to be changed. So later we will see into the practical. I'm not going to more the theoretical thing. Later we will use that programming, and I will show you that, right? What is called polymorphism? What is the meaning of that? Polymorphism
Uh,
means
yeah.
many behavior. Poly means many, morphism means form, right? Same
Yeah.
object will having the different behavior. Just example, array, right? Because by default PowerShell is following polymorphism. Means if you have any array, right? In array you can save that value of uh, your what to say, integer also, string also, right? So everything you will able to save. So you can say that arrays is following the polymorphism. One second, ये खोल दिया, ये बाद में आके ठीक करेंगे जो एक वन second.
Yeah.
Sorry, my kid was there. So okay, polymorphism means it is the different behavior, right? Same object when it's having the different behavior. Just example I will tell you, like you are the same person, right? Whenever you are sitting in home, your behavior will be different. Whenever you will become the student, maybe your behavior will be different, right? If I will tell something strict to you, you will not shout on me. But if your kid is
Yeah.
going to tell the same thing, your behavior will be different, right? Your relative will
Yeah.
tell the same thing, your behavior will be different. Whenever you are going to buy something and that time somebody is still telling you the same thing, so your behavior will be different, right? So that is called
Yeah.
polymorphism as an example. This one, why I'm telling you this thing, once you will go for interview, they will ask this kind of things, right? So
Correct. Yeah.
what is encapsulation? Tell me. Encapsulation means when your model having the variable and method in the same class. If any class which
Okay.
is having the variable and method into the single unit, that one is nothing but is your encapsulation. So later we will see into the practical, and that is called abstraction. What is this abstraction? It will show only the essential or necessary information, and internal and background information it is going to be removed. So why I discuss with you, if somebody is asking you in your interview whether this is your PowerShell is object oriented programming, you can say yes, it is object oriented. Why it is? Because this is following this four property, right? And how it is
Yeah.
following, later I am going to show you the with example, right? Got it?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going with that. I'm going with the history of the PowerShell first. I told one day it will take for of that. Okay. I'm going with this. So PowerShell version 1, right? So PowerShell version was, it was when it is launched, right, in the beginning, on 2003, a developer conference. That time it was called as Monalt. It was not known as the PowerShell when the beginning of the PowerShell version launched. And when the PowerShell was not there, people were using the batch programming, right? Still you can see the in your office also people is using the batch programming, right? They will use the SQL CMD for connecting the SQL server, then they will write the TSQL code to run that, right? So before,
Correct.
people
Yeah.
using to fetch the data using batch programming using TSQL code, right? But in PowerShell, what they have done, they have created separate model. You should not have to write TSQL program. Even you can use the TSQL program. It is not like you can't use. You can use if it is required. You can use the TSQL programming, but without using the TSQL code, also you will able to perform the operation, right? So when this PowerShell version 1, when the PowerShell was not launched, that time people was using the batch programming, right? So once the PowerShell was launched into the 2003 developer conference, that time the name was called as Monad. Even from the beginning only, commandlets was launched. If you will see here how to open the PowerShell, you can type PowerShell. Already you know there is two things: PowerShell normal and PowerShell ISC. ISC means
Yes. Yeah.
you can go here. Always open your programming to run as administrator, right? Once you are going to open that PowerShell integrated script environment, ISC means, you can see automatically it is open here, right? You can write get hyphen and you can press tab, automatically it will come. Get command, and if you are going to execute this, you can see the all of the command which is import in your PowerShell, everything you are able to see here, right? This all command we are going to work later. It is all command, I will not able to explain you, but how much is maximum is possible, I am going to explain you. So PowerShell is not used only for SQL DBA. PowerShell is used for SCOM people, SSEM people, Windows people, AD people, right? That's why this scope is
Correct.
too broad. Even all person is using this PowerShell nowadays, right? So if you will
Correct.
ask
Yeah.
80 people, 80 people is also using that. So that's why you can see here that all module, as per the module you have to work on the PowerShell. You can see the source. If you are saying something called storage, so maybe you have by default also there will be some module, hey, some module will be come into the PowerShell. Hey,
Yeah.
okay, so it is up to you. If you want to work for storage, so you can import the storage module. If you want to work for Hyper-V, means if you want something called VM, you want to work, so you can go and install that module. If you want to work on DBA tool, you can go and import that module. If you want to work on SQL PS, so you can go and import the SQL PS model. But some of the time, some of the model automatically it will be launched once you are installing your OS, right? And once you are installing the SQL server, automatically some module is going to be imported here. That module has to be there, then only you will able to run the command. Like DBA tool model, if your DBA tool model is not there in your system, you can't run this command. Getting or not?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
so it has to be imported there. Like that, if you want to go for Azure, so you have to import the Azure cloud. module. If you want to go for AWS, so AWS you have to import in your system. Got it or not? If you want to work for networking thing, so networking you have to, network model you have to import. Something called
Yeah.
PKI, right? That one your people will use in your office. So whatever you want, you can import the model. So how to import the model? So this thing we will discuss in after day 3 class, because this is also very very important, which is the path for that, how you will import that. Because whenever you are working for hundreds of computer, that time what you have to do, you don't know, you cannot go for the hundreds of computer, you have to write in the programming only, go and check whether this model is a DBA tool model, just example, it is there or not. If it is not there, import it, then run this command. Like that you have to develop. So that thing we will later. So now what you understood, when the PowerShell version 1 was launched, that time only PowerShell has created module commandlets. There is something called commandlets. Commandlet is nothing but module only. Once you are going to import that module, SQL model, so SQL commandlets, it is going to be imported. Commandlet is nothing but it is your command. Got it? Got it? No doubt? Hello? I can't hear you. Soumya? Hello, Soumya, I can't hear you. Hello. So I'm starting my recording.
Yeah.
So, okay, what happened? So PowerShell version 1 was when it was launched, right? At what time it was launched? It launches 2003 September at DevRever conference. That time the name was Monad. Even when the PowerShell version 1 was came, that time only they have launched multiple of commandlets, right? You have to
Yeah.
import that module. And but module means module having the commandlets. Just example, if you have imported the model for SQL server, so it's having multiple of commandlets. Means commandlets nothing but is the command which one you are going to run.
Yeah.
Getting or not? So beginning
Yeah.
of that, it was very less command was there, right? After that, what happened? Then 2006 they have done the name change and they have given the PowerShell name in the November 2006. Once they have released, that time what happened? Windows XP, SP2 and SP3, it was a part of the OS. Beginning, see here, after 10 minutes it will be it will be disconnect, right? You have to log in again. Getting or not?
Yeah. Correct.
Because what will be happen, no, 10 minutes, because it is, I have not buy this one as a this one, so it is having the something limited, so only 30 minutes only I can continue that class. After that automatically it will be
Okay.
disconnect. What it will be disconnect, you connect it with same ID, same link.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
so what
Yeah.
happened after 2006, it was the part of Vista, but now it is nobody is using that Vista and all, right? So
Yeah.
before, what it was there, whenever you are installing any OS, what you have to do, you have to install the PowerShell. Same thing you can see some of the time if you are going with the patching activity, right? That time it will tell your PowerShell version is very less, right? We cannot
Yeah.
add the patch. You have to upgrade the PowerShell version, right? Sometime you will get that. That time what you are doing, you are taking the software, PowerShell software, and you are running first, right? After that you are doing the patch, right? Maybe you have get or not, I
Correct.
don't know,
Yeah.
but it will be happen like that. So before, people was downloading the software and then they are installing into the either server or either desktop, whatever. Okay. So but what
Yeah.
happened, this PowerShell was launched in 2005 and 2006, November 2006 it was launched. PowerShell, they have done the name change, but SQL Server 2005, right, it was came in the 2005 only, means 1 year before only, right? So when the SQL
Mhm.
Server was launched, it was given the feature, like if you go to the here and you can write anywhere, you can say start PowerShell, right? This feature
Yeah.
so automatically you will open the PowerShell. This is nothing but it is called a mini cell, but scope of this is very limited. Later classes we are going to discuss about this also. If anybody will ask
Okay.
when the mini cell was came into that market, you can say mini cell was came from 2005. What is the mini cell? Mini cell is nothing but whenever you right click at SQL Server, you will able to open the PowerShell, right? but the
Okay.
but it is the limited, it is a very limited, you can't do the all work, right? It is very limited to
Yeah.
SQL Server only, not all work you will able. So people is not doing any programming using mini cell, right? And this was the part of
Okay.
enterprise edition only, but nowadays any edition you will able to see that. So after that, PowerShell version 2.0 release at what time? 2009. So how many years? I think after 6 years, right? 6, then 9. So 3 years. After 3 years, it is released, and that is known as 2.0, right? And that time, what happened?
Yeah.
It was included the support for Windows 7 and Windows Server 2008 R2, right? So you have seen, I think you, whenever
Okay.
I was taking your class, that time Windows Server 2008 R2 you are working, right? So automatically
Correct.
PowerShell was there inside that, right? That server.
Okay.
You should not have to install. Means after 2009, PowerShell was become the part of the 2008 R2, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
what they have done, they have major enhancements they have done compared to 1.0. Means they have given the remoting means what? Remoting feature means what? You can perform the operation from single computer to hundreds of computers. Before, what it was happening, which host you are working, no, that host only you have to go and you have to execute the command or you have to run the script. But after PowerShell version 2, you can run the simple script to hundreds of computers. Getting or not? So nowadays
Yeah.
you are seeing, right? You are running from one computer, you are getting the all result for the whatever computer you will pass into the configuration file, either 10, 20, 100. That thing we are going to teach you in the later classes, how to pass the parameter of single parameter, multiple parameter, and how you will get that, how to rotate the programming into the loop. Once the programming will start, then you will understand, right? And they
Okay.
have added 100 of new commandlets feature, right? Which is related with SQL Server. Getting or not? So if anybody
Yeah.
will ask the question whether when the PowerShell version was launched, that time commandlets was there. Yes, it was there, but many more new feature they have included PowerShell version 2, right? Once the PowerShell version 3 was launched in 2012, it's having the more feature and capability. So you can perform
Okay.
many more thing, right? It will be supporting the workflow. What is the workflow means? Like you're programming something you want to do, you can debug, or something you want performing this operation, it has to go to that loop, it should not. So many new features as per your programming, how much you want to do, that one you will able to perform using PowerShell version 3. And from there they have launched the ISC, PowerShell ISC, that is called as integrated scripting language. So this is nothing but
Okay.
integrated scripting language. Left side you can see the all command will come. Here you can type your command. Down you can see the result will come. There is two tab is there. We will discuss this all. So this is nothing but PowerShell ISC, right? Integrated scripting language. If somebody will ask, at what time it is launched? From when version 3.0, right? And they have implemented tab feature. Tab feature means whenever you are typing anything here, get command com and you are pressing tab, automatically it is going to display that all of the result, whatever command is available after m
Okay.
com after that. So tab feature they have
Okay.
released. After that, time came for PowerShell version 4. And PowerShell 4, PowerShell version 4, what they have done the desired change. And PowerShell version 4, that all of the people they have started using, because what happened, they have done one change that is called DSC, desired state configuration change, right?
Yeah.
So this is the only one feature they have added. So what is desired state configuration? So it will be
Hmm.
help for the administrator to automate the configuration of the Windows Linux operating system. So everything you will able
Mhm.
to perform using 4.0. Here what you are able to do, if you want to deploy the new software, you want to do something registry level of changing, you want to stop the services, you want to stop the services, killing any process, right? Group account management, right? Deploying new software, something related with registry level of setting, something called directory. So everything you will able to perform our 4.0. So once the 4.0
Mhm.
is launched, either it is a Windows, either it is RVAC, either it's the AD, all people has started working on the PowerShell, because from there it is totally related with your operating system. Before also it was there,
Okay.
it was you have to write multiple of program, but they have added a DSC, desired state configuration. So hope you understood
Mhm.
this one, this slides also. Then after that they
Yeah.
came, then it came the PowerShell version 5. And PowerShell is still, you can see still in your company also they will use the PowerShell version 5 only, because PowerShell version 5 was too much popular, and it was released on 2014, right? And it is a part of
Mhm.
framework of 5.0. If you have the 5.0, .NET framework, PowerShell version 5 will be there, right?
Okay.
Got it? So they have
Yeah.
introduced PowerShell shell get command, then network switches they have added. So something related OS level of thing, AD level of thing. This one was very, very popular and people has started using that. After that, PowerShell version 6 was launched. When the PowerShell version 6 was launched, it is called as the, what it is called? It is called the core, .NET core. What is the meaning of that? You know that SQL Server you can install on the Linux platform, right? Whenever I was teaching you that time, OS only you can install. Now you are able to install the Linux platform also, SQL Server, right or wrong? You know this one?
Correct.
SQL Server can be installed on the Linux platform because you can install the SQL Server on the Linux platform. That's why they have launched PowerShell version 6, and PowerShell was, you will able to handle either it is become Windows or either Mac OS or either Linux. Everywhere you can work from the PowerShell if you are installing PowerShell version 5. So if you have Mac OS, you want to, if you have installed PowerShell version 5, you will not able to perform anything. You want to go, then you have to install PowerShell version 6 only, right? If you're
Yeah.
installing anything SQL Server on the Linux platform and you want to work on the PowerShell, you should not have to, you should have to go for PowerShell version 6,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
I don't know. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So like that only. After 1 minute, it will be disconnect. You have to log in again. And then after that,
Okay.
PowerShell version 7 also it is launched on 2018, and this was the part of all OS. So this is not. So we are going to learn PowerShell version 5 only. Even I have installed, but there is no use because in your office you are working on PowerShell version 5 only. You can go and check, right?
Okay.
So that's why all has started PowerShell version 5. So I am also teaching the PowerShell version 5 only in my system. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think after 1 minute it will log up. So after that I will continue. So if I'm asking now how many PowerShell having the unique command lists, now it is 2492 command lists is there into the PowerShell. So think it, whatever you want to